What is up, YouTube? It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to. This is going to be a different video. It's another DVD and VHS update, and I also got some books as well. A lot of stuff to show you guys, so this should be a long one. Bear with me. I will be doing the Avengers review. It'll be right after this. It'll probably be tomorrow for June. I'm going to continue all the films in the Avengers series from the first Avengers movie all the way to Age of Ultron, and then when July comes, I will see Ant-Man, and I'll give a review on that. So bear with me. This is a long one. So we'll start with the VHS tapes. First, we got these. These are pretty much, like copy VHS tapes I got in my college. It's The Black Book with Robert Cumming and Arlene Dahl from 1949. Got this. Anne Bancroft and Anthony Hopkins, 84 Charing Crossroad. Never heard of it, but it should be intriguing. It's 100 minutes, so it's not that long. It's from 19 something. I forgot. It doesn't say here. 1986. Yeah. There's another one. Enemy Agents Meet Ellery Queen. The Bishop Misbehaves. Never heard of this film either, but I want to give it a watch. During the summer, I'm going to see a lot of stuff. This is Jimmy Stewart and Jane Wyman in Magic Town. I think this is what is it? I don't even know if it's a comedy or something like that, but it's a black and white film, and I love black and white movies. I watch them all the time with my family. Here's another tape, An Enemy of the People. I believe this is a stage play. It says Broadway Theater Archives, so yeah. I'm going to give it a watch. It's 2 hours, so I got to give that one a chance. This is another VHS tape, The Case of the Howling Dog. I think this is a mystery, yeah. It's not a Sherlock Holmes movie because Warren Williams is American, so I don't think he did Sherlock Holmes, but give that a watch sometime. Got this one, I think it's a war film, Under Fire, with Nick Nolte, Gene Hackman, and Joanna Cassidy. Really solid cast. I hope it's good. Yeah, it takes place in I think, Nicaragua. Let me see. Yeah, it's a war over there in that Central American country, I believe. And yeah, it's in Central America because South America is something else. It's long, but I want to give it a watch. I've been trying to get into more war films this year because, the Sausage Factory did a episode this year on war films, which was really intriguing, and I want to definitely check out as many war films as I can until the end of December. And I want to see American Sniper and Black Hawk Down and 50-50 and Platoon, Navy SEALs. I saw that one. But I want to see as many as I can. They can intrigue me as long as they're interesting. But this is one. You got The Imposters with Oliver Platt and Stanley Tucci. Heard this is a pretty good comedy. I've never heard of it, but I'm gonna give it a watch. Got Vanity Fair. This is with Reese Witherspoon, and I'd rather watch this. This movie is 2 hours and 21 minutes. Yes, that's a long movie. Excuse me, and it's gonna be something to go through. But hey, I'd rather sit through 2 hours and 21 minutes of Reese Witherspoon and something decent compared to Hot Pursuit. I am not watching that movie. Don't ask me to review that movie. I can't stand Sofia Vergara, and I will not watch her in a movie this year. But this I'm gonna give a watch. It's probably 100 times better. This is a Japanese film. It's called Life of Oharu with Toshiro Mifune. I think he was one of the most famous Japanese actors of the 50s. It's 2 hours and 16 minutes. Wow. Got a lot of stuff to see, so let me put these back. Hold on. Show some more here. I got a lot of VHS tapes. I got this one, Behind the Mask with Boris Karloff and Jack Holt from 1932. We got Intermezzo with Leslie Howard and Ingrid Bergman. And these are all VHS tapes. I don't know if half of them work. One of them was cracked, so I threw it away. Got Colonel Effingham's Raid, and I got these for free. Most of these were in my college, and I just took them, and I tried to get the ones that were in English mostly, because I don't like to read subtitles. I'm not into foreign films except for like Asian cinema, Chinese, Japanese, Hong Kong, Taiwanese, whatever. There's, just a lot of stuff that well, excuse me for that. There's a lot of stuff that I like to watch from Asia, because, their films are not as boring as some of these like art house foreign films, just. And by the way, I'm not going to see any of these movies in any order, because it would take me years to go through that. I just want to see them at random. I like being spontaneous. So here's another one. The great James Cagney, my favorite actor of all time, and Bubsy Berkeley's Footlight Parade. These are classics. These are the kind of movies I grew up watching when I was a kid, because my aunts used to get me into old movies, and I will always love the old. From something old will be new again. That's what a good friend on YouTube here told me. That old will become new again. And I know these films won't be forgotten eventually, because, they have classic actors, great acting, great directing, great writing, and atmosphere. That's what a lot of films today are missing. So, okay, let me get some more. They got Small Step, Big Strides. This is a documentary, I believe, about black actors in the business, how they broke into the mainstream, and, it was really hard for them, especially since they're, this color of their skin, which I think is beautiful. I love black women in films. I can't get enough of them. Black actors, there's a lot of funny actors nowadays that we get, even from the past, that are really good, and there's a lot of dramatic and actors that are really good. We have a lot of black people that deserve the spotlight, especially since they've been through so much. And it just pains me to see when they're unfunny, like, people like Kevin Hart. I'm sorry. He just does nothing for me. He's a shame to his people, because he's just annoying and not funny. But this is from the old school actors, like Lena Horne and Sidney Poitier and James Earl Jones. Just a lot of people that, just from the past, that have paved the way for people like Kevin Hart that should, never act again. But hey, I'm going to give this a watch. It's only 50-something minutes. Okay, here's another one. The Great Mike, 1944. Like a rhinestone cowboy. I was hearing that a lot today. See? Old movie. That's a song from 1975, and it's 40 years old this year. Awesome song. I love that song. This is Rembrandt. This is with Charles Lawton. Look at that face. Mustachey. This movie's short, surprisingly. I thought it would be 2 hours. No, an hour and 25 minutes. Pretty short, so it shouldn't take me that long to get through. Got some more here. These will be the last tapes. I'm not going to get VHS tapes for a while, because I got over 30 tapes to see. Some of them are not movies, so they won't take me long. This is Beggars in Ermine with Lionel Atwell. Never heard of these actors. You got The Villain Still Pursued Her. These are just, generic copies. This is 1801 Code of Scotland Yard from 1946. Trapped by Boston Blackie. It's a weird title. Devil's Party. Desperate Chance for Ellery Quinn. I think I showed this one already. Yeah, this is one I didn't show. Let's Go Native with Jay Oakley and Jeanette MacDonald. Great singer, great actress, but really weird. She was kind of messed up in the head. Like a rhinestone cowboy. I showed this one already. Here's some more. This is Love in Bloom. It's with George Burns and Grace Allen. I've heard of George Burns, but Grace Allen, never heard of her. This is an hour and 15 minutes, really short, so that should be fun. Dinner at the Ritz with David Niven. I've definitely heard of him. 78 minutes, really short. See, not every old movie is 2 or 3 hours. Some are really short, so They're easier to get through. Nowadays, every movie has to be like 2 or 3 hours to be epic, and I'm sorry, short can be sweet at times, unless there's something missing, like it feels too short. This is The Great Rupert with the great Jimmy Durante. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Yeah, he was a great piano player, really funny guy, big nose, but really, really talented. 90 Minutes from 1950. Can't wait to see that. This is Chameleon Street. This got some really good reviews. One of the 10 best films of the decade. 4 stars. I'm willing to give it a shot. It's from 1988, so that's not that long ago. 95 minutes. Yeah. Look at this crazy picture. The Strange Door with Boris Karloff. Look at that face. That's creepy, man. And these are the kind of horror films that were creepy back then, and they still are now. They don't need jump scares to be creepy. Back then, they had a little thing called atmosphere, which was used a lot, and it set a tone for movies of that era and for now, when horror's done well. I'd rather see this than the Poltergeist remake, and that's just me. But, hey, I got good taste. What can I say? This is A Shriek in the Night from 1933 with Ginger Rogers. I love her. I think she's gorgeous. 92 minutes, and it's a mystery. This is Topper Takes a Trip, the colorized version with Roland Young and Constance Bennett. Just these old movies are just classics. I love watching old movies. Even when I don't watch them, there's always something good in an old movie. Great cinematography, great acting, great directing, great writing, or, just that the locations are nice. But, it takes a lot for me to hate a film, especially when it's really old. And finally, this is the last VHS tape I promised for a while, and that is Who's Minding the Mint? Yeah, I think this is a musical, so, yeah. Never heard of some of these actors. I've heard of Bob Denver and Milton Berle. They're really funny. And Joey Bishop, I've heard of him too. So that's all the VHS tapes. I got a couple DVDs and some books, and then I'll be done. It won't take me an hour, I promise. Like a rhinestone cowboy, and a ride on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo. Like a rhinestone cowboy. I love that song. I can't believe that song is from 1975. Wow. Anyway, enough about that. I'll do that another time and probably do a video on that song. And this is a book that my dad bought for me for $5. Really good deal on a movie that I absolutely adored this year. One of the best I've seen this year. And that is the poster book for Avengers Age of Ultron. Awesome cover. Look at all. These are most of the Avengers in it. I want to show some of the pictures. You got my favorite, Iron Man, the Giant A. He's in the movie a lot, by the way. You don't just see him at the end and in the beginning. You see a lot of Iron Man. For people, that say, oh, but Iron Man 3 didn't have Iron Man in it. Technically, he was in it, just not as much as people hoped. And but in Avengers 2, they utilize him perfectly. And I'll get to that soon. There's Thor. Love Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Hawkeye, who I think they gave justice to in the sequel. People that say this movie sucks, I don't know which movie you watched. I don't know if you watched the bootleg version, but Hawkeye was treated with freaking respect in this movie, and Jeremy Renner kicked ass all the way through, backwards and forwards. The Hulkbuster scene, best scene in the movie. See it. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Cap. Chris Evans, we love you, man. You're the greatest Cap I've seen in live action. You've earned your stripes. You definitely are one of the best actors in Marvel history. You have owned this role since you got it in 2011. I'm so glad you're a part of this. And I've been watching movies with him since he was in Not Another Teen Movie back in 2001. And the fact that he got this role is awesome. My love, Scarlett Johansson, the only Black Widow I ever want to see. I love you, girl. You're absolutely gorgeous. Pregnant, you still kicked ass. Oh, Joss Whedon is sexist because he made this girl weak. Oh, she's a damsel in distress. Shut up. This actress freaking ruled, and she was pregnant. She could have quit the production, but she didn't. And the way they, hid her, face and everything, it worked well in the motorcycle scenes. Love Scarlett Joe. She owns it. Emily Blunt, I don't think would have done well at all. This is a picture of all of them. Got Vision in the middle. Vision was awesome. I love the way he looked. The makeup, the costume, everything just fits so well. It's a cool picture of Vision. Yeah, talk to the hand haters. People don't know what you're talking about. And there's Ultron. Yeah, this guy right here, he can kick the crap out of any of the Transformer villains like Megatron, Galvatron, Lockdown. This is what the Transformers movie should have been. Ultron. Take notes, Michael Bay. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. I've said that in the trailers when I saw it last year. This is how you do it. Hulkbuster armor. Freaking awesome. It didn't lie in the trailer. They showed the Hulkbuster armor in the trailer, and it appears in the movie. And I loved every second of it. It's another picture of them, the team, all the guys. Another picture of Ultron. And that's it. Awesome book for $5. I got all these wonderful pictures. I will treasure this forever. And, the movie, I can't wait to get it on Blu-ray. The extended cut will explain more of Ultron's backstory, and it'll give us what we want. I love this movie. It's one of the best things I've seen all year, period. Now, we get to this big book that I got. It's 3 books of a trilogy of, the book movies were based on this. I'm reading all of these books in the summer. I want to start with the last one first because it's based, on the movie. The last film is coming out in November. I love this series. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, it's a ripoff of The Running Man. Read the books first and then get back to me on that. I really enjoy these films. I love Jennifer Lawrence. I want to see how it all started. And you know what I'm talking about. 3 finger salute for the entire book trilogy of The Hunger Games, written by Suzanne Collins. There's the Mockingjay, which I'm going to read first. Catching Fire, my favorite sequel of the film so far. And then the first Hunger Games book. I really love this series, book or movie. This did it right. You know why these movies made so much money? You know why the critics are creaming their pants over this? You know why Jennifer Lawrence has gotten a huge career now? Because this series works. It's not for everybody. I never said that. But it works, and it works well. It's not girly bullshit like Twilight or The Host or Vampire Academy or any of that, and it's not the garbage that 50 Shades of Grey is. This is how you do it, man. 3 finger salute. Can't wait for Mockingjay Part 2 in November, and that, you can take that to the bank. I'm sorry if I seem a little hostile. I haven't slept well in days, and I'm doing this video very tired, so bear with me. Anyway, here come the DVDs. I got these at a rummage sale. Really good finds, special editions of both. This movie is a cheese fest, but I really enjoyed it. And it's just weird and just over the top and funny and just a lot of fun. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, special edition with the beautiful, cool tomato in the front. This is a 70s film that I just had a ball watching. I like the other films except for the Killer Tomatoes Eat France. I didn't like the leads in that. That's why I didn't like that movie that much. Maybe I have to give it another watch, but this is the original. 70s cheese at its best, but it works so well. The practical effects are laughably fun, and this is one of the movies that I would say is so bad it's good. I just love this movie. It's so amazing. And it's got a lot of features. I can't wait to see the features. And there's even a film based on the film. I think it's called Do They Accept Traveler's Checks in Babu Suland? I'm going to check that out. But that movie was a hoot. I just had so much fun watching it. This is another film I bought at a rummage sale. $2. Really awesome movie. One of Paul Verhoeven's best films. No doubt about it. And after RoboCop and Total Recall, Starship Troopers Special Edition. This movie is awesome. Yeah, Casper Van Dien, not too bad in the film. Denise Richards, absolutely gorgeous. I love looking at her. Her smile just brings sunshine to my life. This film has a ton of features. The action is badass. The CGI still looks awesome today. The gore is just over the top and awesome. Really good cast. Well, except for Patrick Muldoon. I don't think he needed to be in the movie, but you got Casper Van Dien, who I think is decent in the film. Dina Myers, absolutely gorgeous redhead. Denise Richards, beautiful, enough said. Jake Busey, I'm surprised he didn't die in the film. That's a big surprise for me. Neil Patrick Harris, which I didn't really expect him to do much, but he did a serviceable job. And Michael Ironside, really awesome. No arm, and then he gets this metal arm. It reminded me of RoboCop or Army of Darkness. Fun movie, really, really good stuff. Just, let's take a look at the inside. Look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. Look at that. Great. Great stuff. There's the 2 discs. Love the colors. Blue, my favorite color. This movie kicked some serious freaking sci-fi action ass. That's all I gotta say. Next, this is a 3-pack, which I'm stuck with one of the films, unfortunately. But the other 2 films I like, and that is the 3-movie collection of Jaws 2, 3, and that piece of garbage, Jaws: The Revenge. And I'm wearing a Jaws shirt, so it's appropriate for today. This actually has some bonus features. It has the making of Jaws 2, Jaws 2, a portrait by actor Keith Gordon, John Williams, the music of Jaws 2, Jaws 2 deleted scenes, mostly for Jaws 2, and there's the theatrical trailers and more. So I think this deserves it. I really like the Jaws sequels. I don't think they're shit like people say they are. I love the first movie. I saw it as a kid. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, one of Spielberg's best, one of the scariest creature features of all time. And the sequels deserve a look. I would say avoid Jaws: The Revenge at all costs. That movie is garbage. It's a disgrace to call it a Jaws movie. The shark looks terrible, and I might do a rant on that one day. This is Jaws 2, awesome movie. Jaws 3, so bad it's good, but Jaws: The Revenge is just garbage. It's crap on a stick. It's a disgrace, and I'm stuck with it because it's with Jaws 3, but I'll never see Jaws 4 again. I hate it so much. It's one of the worst sequels I've ever seen. Anyway, back to the more DVDs. You got this comedy from the 80s with Matt Dillon called The Flamingo Kid. I recently saw a movie with Richard Crenna, a comedy called Summer Rental. Really funny stuff. He actually was a really good actor, a comedic actor as well, because in the Rambo films he's really serious, but in comedies he goes balls to the wall and he's just fun to watch. This is with Richard Crenna, Matt Dillon, Hector Elizondo, and Jessica Walter. Should be a fun movie. It's a little long, an hour and 40 minutes. Usually I don't like a comedy to go past an hour and a half, but who knows? Could be a hidden gem. Oh, I forgot I have a video game that I bought. I'm going to show this next because I want to, show it. This game is awesome. I just started to play it, and, it's bloody action. It's not for kids. Definitely don't let your kids play this until they're 18 or at least 17. It's awesome, and it's the first in the series, and that is, I got this, it was a steal, God of War for the PS2, and this game, it had a sticker of $17.99, and I bought it for $1. Awesome deal for this game, and it's mature for mature audiences like me. Bloody fun. Just Kratos is a badass. I can't wait to play more of this game. One of the things I don't like in the menus is that you have to save after you save your freaking options. So if you want to change your options, you do it in the beginning and then you save. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start the game over again and just rip creatures apart. It's awesome. And this game still holds up. 10 years old, and I think this game still looks great. So, God of War. And now we have this is an anime I started last year. Or I think it was the beginning of this year. I bought it last year, Volume 1. This is Volume 3 of Geisters. I definitely want to get into more anime. I think Japanese anime looks beautiful. The hand-drawn animation. Some of the CG looks iffy, but hand-drawn animation, good voice cast. When the action's there, it's fun. Hopefully this one is better than Volume 1, because Volume 1 I had some issues with the episodes 3 to 5. Here's a double bill. I got this for $1. It's a Mill Creek release. Niagara Motel, which is a drama. It's not a comedy. I don't know why they said this is two comedies. And this one, The Independent. This has Jerry Stiller and Janine Garofalo. Really cute actress. I never had a problem with her. It's a shame that she never did mainstream stuff like Linda Cardinelli, which she looks like. I mean, the most mainstream film she did, I think it was Ratatouille. But I want to see her in more stuff. She's a beautiful, really talented actress, and she does a lot of quirky roles. I want to see more films with her. It's a treasure, definitely. And it's a double bill, so I hope these movies are fun. Next, I got this Nolan film. No, it's not Interstellar. Don't worry. I'm going to get that sometime this year. But this is one of the earliest films he did after Batman Begins. And it's a really long movie, so I better hold my breath. It's an hour and 30 minutes, 2 hours and 10 minutes. The Prestige. Got a huge cast. Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, Michael Caine, David Bowie, and the love of my life, Scarlett Johansson. I will see her in anything. I saw a lot of films that she's done, and one thing I noticed is that Nolan never does a commentary for his films. That's a shame, because the guy probably has a lot on his mind, but he's probably too shy to speak out. I would give a commentary for these films for free, because Nolan is a really good director. Is he the savior of cinema? No. But is he a good director with an awesome vision? Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I love Inception. I really enjoyed Interstellar. I really enjoyed his 3 Batman films, even though they were not what everybody wanted. And, just he does some good stuff. I mean, at least I can like his films compared to people like Michael Bay. So Prestige should be interesting, to say the least. Now, this film, I bought this last year, but it was scratched to crap. It was dirty. The discs were in bad shape. These were in decent shape. And that is the only Michael Bay film I'm watching for a while. Bad Boys 2. Yep. Hopefully they'll do a Bad Boys 3 and they make this trilogy complete. And, it should be an interesting watch. I mean, it has Gabrielle Union, and I think she's still gorgeous. She was gorgeous in her 20s, and she's in her 40s now, and she's still a knockout. I love black women. What can I say? And Martin Lawrence and Will Smith I've always liked, so it should be a fun watch. Next, I'll show this one. This is a not so well-known movie, superhero movie, and it's not a Marvel film or a DC film. It's one of the rare films to come out in like the 2009. So like that's pretty much a time that was a dark year for comic book movies because it wasn't really a good one until 2010, in my opinion. 2009 we had X-Men Origins Wolverine. I did not like that movie. When I saw it in the theater, I was like, decent, but it's not a good movie. But this is Michael Rappaport in Special. Interesting. He's not your ordinary superhero. It's got pretty good reviews. It's done by Magnolia Home Entertainment, which they did, I think, Rubber, which I really enjoy, and Magnet. They've done some good films too. Not much for features, just an outtakes and HD net, a look at Special. It's got a pretty good cast in it too. It's got Michael Rappaport, Josh Peck, Jack Keller. I don't know who he is. Paul Blackthorne is the only one I'm probably not going to like because I don't like him in Arrow. I think he's the weakest actor in that series. He's a British actor. He tries to sound like he's from New York, and he's not. I'm from New York, not you, buddy. But, I'm going to give it a chance. Michael Rappaport's a good actor, and I want to see it. Next, I got this film. It caught my eye because of the cast. And I won't be watching this till probably July because I'm taking a break from movies with a ton of Brits because I heard so much of that accent this month and it was draining. Anyway, this got some good reviews. It's got a good cast, and I will be watching this sometime in the summer. Shadow of the Vampire. Yes, this is one of the top 10 best films of the year. It's from the year 2000, a while back, and I'm willing to give it a chance. John Malkovich I really enjoy in a lot of stuff. But it's a sticker. I hate those security stickers. There's the insert. It's got a bunch of features, too. It's got a featurette. feature commentary with the director, an interview with actor Willem Dafoe, interviews with producer Nicolas Cage produced this movie, photo galleries, theatrical trailers, etc. It's got a really big cast in it too. And I'm surprised John Carpenter didn't do this because he did vampires in like the mid '90s. This has John Malkovich, Willem Dafoe, Cary Elwes, Eden Gillen, I never heard of him, Eddie Izzard, Udo Kier, Catherine McCormick, and a whole lot more. So should be an interesting watch. I like a horror film that has some brains too. And this is the last one. This was a blind buy, but I like the actress. I want to give it a chance. The Skeleton Key with Kate Hudson. Hey, at least Kate Hudson isn't as bad as Megan Fox or, you know, Kristen Stewart or someone like that. And it caught my eye. It should be interesting. I haven't heard much about this film. It's got a couple features. And hey, any of these movies will be better than the Poltergeist remake or any other crappy horror film coming out this year. Because I don't think any of them are going to be good. Not Poltergeist, Insidious 3, I don't know. Because, you know, there have been so many of those movies already. And it's going to become like new Saw. But Skeleton Key, at least they didn't make 10 sequels to this. So, should give it a watch. It might not hurt. So, that's it. Wow, 31 minutes. A lot. That was a lot of stuff, wasn't it? But I wanted to show it because I didn't want this thing to pile up and then I had like 100 movies to show. Or so. But hey, my channel, my rules, and you guys are awesome for watching it. Thanks for watching, you guys, sticking by me for 30 minutes. You know, I talk a lot, but hey, I wanted to show all my stuff because this is a lot of great stuff. I got at yard sales, at a flea market, rummage sales, you know, for free in my college. That's why college has its benefits. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. See you in June for more reviews on the Marvel films because I'm not going to forget. See you later. Take it easy. Have a good day.